Hi everyone, I'm Jody. I lead the product team at Highnote, which is the most modern card issuance platform. So you might have seen this statement: every company will become a fintech. Today, companies of all types and stages, from retailers to telcos to big tech, insurance companies, and even logistics firms, are considering and preparing to launch embedded finance to serve businesses and consumer use cases. And the reason they're doing this is actually two most important benefits to every business, what they're chasing after. It's to generate new revenue, and second, to increase your customer engagement. Now, you may be a little bit interested. There's lots of demos today, I understand. But maybe you're thinking, okay, I might want to launch my own card program because I need new revenue, I need more users, and engage users at that. So typically, if you were going to start launching a card program, you're going to need to manage at least 3 different vendors, and it's going to take you months to get started. So first, you're going to need a sponsor bank to issue cards. And you'll probably work with them for months to figure out what kind of card product do you want to have, what fits your business goals, what compliance requirements you need. And then, on top of that, you're going to need a processor, because you need to process transactions from the networks. Once you have the transactions from the networks, you might think, well, it might be easy to just stand up a connection to MasterCard and Visa. Nope, that's going to take you 6 to 9 months probably, if that. Then, now that you got all your connections, you still need to onboard your users with an identity verification partner, because you need to make sure you're performing anti-money laundering, know your customer screening, and you're preventing fraud on your platform. This sounds like a lot, right? But it really doesn't have to be so much. Today, I'm going to show you how Highnote is changing the way card issuance can be stood up and make it easier for you to become a fintech. No more multiple vendors, no more months of implementation. Highnote is a one-stop shop card issuance platform to launch your program in weeks, not months. So I'm going to show you how to launch a program today, actually in minutes. So I'm going to log into our dashboard. Let me go ahead and click there. And the first thing I can do is I can create a new card product. So what you see here is a couple of pre-configured templates. We've already worked with sponsor banks to do that. And even in our developer docs, what you can see is we have a few card products: consumer debit, corporate expense, business debit. You might not know which one fits you, but we actually work with you to solution around your business goals and figure out what card product is going to work best for you, and then we match with the various sponsor banks that we work with to give you the right card product that'll meet your business goals. Now let's say we want to do a Finovate card product for consumer debit. Maybe Finovate wants to offer discounts to all of you while you're spending today, maybe in the fall. So let me go ahead and start that Finovate card product. And once I create a card product, now I've got to onboard users. I actually loaded a whole bunch of attendees ahead of time, and I'm actually going to issue a card to Greg. So Greg, this isn't your data. This is fake data. It's not really Greg's address, just so everybody knows. But I've got all his information, and I'm going to open an application for this new card product. Give me 1 second while that loads. I select my card product here, and I open that application. Now, what's happening behind the scenes is our verification partner is reading through all of Greg's data and making sure he's not on the OFAC list. He's screening him for anti-money laundering and checking for fraud associated with his personal information. And behind the scenes, we see he's passed our KYC, or Know Your Customer. So now Greg is ready. We can issue him a financial account. So this financial account is where Greg can deposit money and start to load funds onto his card. I'm going to give Greg some spending power today. Let's say we give him $500. And now, while that money is loading onto his account, I'm also going to issue him a payment card so then he could spend. So right in a matter of minutes, I've onboarded Greg, I've added money to his account, and I've issued him a virtual MasterCard, you can see right here. Because we're directly connected to the network, we actually can also add controls. So let's say we want to add spend rules, and we only want to allow people to shop at fintechs. Remember, you guys are all going to be fintechs, so this includes all of you. I can turn on that spend rule, and now this card can be used only at fintechs. Now, maybe you want to implement some branding. You really want to get your brand out there. So what I can do is we actually have a physical card provider out of the box. which means that on top of issuing a virtual card, you can order a physical card. So I'm going to ship Greg his Finovate card to his house. That'll come in a couple of days while he can still spend on his virtual card. One of the things behind the scenes that you actually don't see is we are on top of our GraphQL APIs. So I'm going to show you a little bit of technical stuff to show you what this looks like. So in our developer tools, I'm going to open up the GraphQL Network Inspector. And you can see, sorry about this, there we go. As I click around, what you're going to see on the right side is actually GraphQL mutations running, if you're familiar with GraphQL, behind the scenes and pulling the same data that you see. What this means for you is you don't have to use our dashboard. You can put all of this GraphQL and all this data into your own dashboard if you want to build your own, because we're proving out that you can just use the dashboards behind the scenes. We also have a ton of developer documentation built right on the top of GraphQL that can teach you and your development team exactly how to issue cards. So card issuance is kind of complex, it's true, but we believe it shouldn't have to be. Our team has decades of fintech experience and has built and operated platforms at scale. We handle payments so you can focus on where your expertise actually is. And if you want to leapfrog your competitors, generate new revenue streams, and increase customer engagement, come to the Highnote demo stand, which is actually directly down the hall. We've got food in front of our demo stand as well. And we'll help you strategize and build solutions for your business to embed card payments. I'd love for you to vote for Highnote for Best of Show. And Greg, if you're interested in doing a card program, we can get you started back there as well. Thanks, everybody.